Hey everyone, Scott Mann, and we are here in Fort Worth, Texas. It is a beautiful city located here in the northern part of Texas, and we're going to be checking out some cool things to see and do here. I'm going to be spending a couple days here in Fort Worth, and why not start here at Sundance Square, where it's a beautiful pedestrian area located here in the heart of downtown Fort Worth. We have a lot of shops, restaurants, cafes, and hotels all throughout the area. Compared to its neighboring city, Dallas, Fort Worth has more of that more western feel to it. We'll definitely see a lot of that later in this video. But yeah, just north of Sundance Square, we have the Sid Richardson Museum, opened up in 1982, and it features a lot of paintings featuring Western artists such as Frederick Remington. And what's cool about the museum too, although it's closed on Sundays, it's absolutely free, which is really cool. And over here at the northern end of Main Street, that is the Tarrant County Courthouse. Fort Worth is the county seat of Tarrant County, Texas. Now, before Fort Worth was a city, it was originally a military outpost. Back in 1849, back on the bluff where we were earlier, Major Ripley Arnold, which the plaza over here along the clear cut of the Trinity River, Major Arnold established an infantry camp, which he named after his commander, General Williams Jenkins Worth, hence the name Fort Worth. And then eventually the military headed out west, and then civilians came in after it was abandoned and established this beautiful city that you see today. And where we are right now, we're standing over the clear cut of the Trinity River, which along the river you have this really beautiful park system. You have these beautiful trails. On a day like today, it is the perfect way to get some great exercise. Fort Worth has a lot of these cool parks all throughout the city as well. We're here at Burnett Park, and a cool feature here is you can see a man with a briefcase. It is a 50-foot tall monument, and it was built by Jonathan Borofsky, and it's pretty cool, I have to say. The question that I would like to know is, I wonder where he's going. And over here at the southern part of downtown Fort Worth, we have probably the coolest part of the whole downtown area. We have the Fort Worth Water Gardens. This is a huge collection of different waterfalls and pools. This is absolutely beautiful, especially on a sunny day like today. And probably the most famous part of the water fountains, we have the steps, and look how incredible this looks. This is the most famous part of the whole park, and I can't wait to go down. But yeah, you have to be really careful because it can get slippery when it's wet, and you have to take some big steps too. That was really cool. Definitely a highlight here in Fort Worth. Alright, so we're getting close to sunset, like another couple hours, so we're gonna head a little bit to the west over toward Trinity Park and enjoy the beautiful park close to sunset with golden hour. And we made over to Trinity Park, located along the clear fork of the Trinity River. And this park is absolutely beautiful. Lots of greenery, lots of trees, a lot of playgrounds for the kids, picnic areas, plenty of opportunities for some fishing, and of course trails with some amazing views of Fort Worth. And one of the coolest things about this park too is it's got this beautiful duck pond. All these cool ducks swim in the pond. On a beautiful November evening like this, it is the perfect opportunity to just wait around the water. On a beautiful evening like this, Trinity Park is an absolute pleasure. Especially when you get some cool views of downtown Fort Worth from this beautiful trail. But yeah, I've only been here for like half a day, and Fort Worth is absolutely beautiful. I've been really enjoying it so far. But there's a lot more I gotta check out tomorrow because I'm gonna be seeing some really cool spots here in Fort Worth tomorrow. But stay tuned because they'll be featured in this video as I head over to the Botanical Gardens, and also we'll be heading over to the Stockyards, one of the most famous parts of Fort Worth. And it's another great day here at Fort Worth, and we have to check out another cool attraction here not far from Trinity Park, where we were yesterday evening. We're in front of the Fort Worth Botanic Gardens. This is a beautiful botanical garden with a lot of cool features. I can't wait to go inside and check it out. Once you enter the Fort Worth Botanical Gardens and you purchase your admission ticket, inside the beautiful conservatory, we see all the different plants and vegetation growing in a controlled climate. But of course, the heart of the gardens is located outside. See all these beautiful gardens all throughout the park. My favorite part of the gardens is the Japanese garden, where you can see all this amazing gardens and vegetation, and of course the koi as well. Just gotta love these fish. But yeah, just taking the beautiful scenes here. And also there's the rose gardens too, although I came here in November, so it didn't look as impressive, but still it looked really cool. The gardens were absolutely incredible. Really enjoyed my walk around there this morning. Alright, so coming up next, we're going to a place that I'm sure you guys have been all waiting for. Probably the most iconic place of all Fort Worth. Let's get that cowboy feel, shall we? And we're here at the Fort Worth Stockyards. It's one of the top attractions here in Fort Worth, aka Cowtown. It's even one of the top attractions in all of Texas as well. So a little fun fact about Fort Worth is that back during the days of the Chisholm Trail, it was the last major stop for longhorn cattle on the way up to what is now currently Oklahoma. And from about 1866 to 1890, more than 4 million cattle were herded through Fort Worth. And in 1889 was the birth of the Union Stockyards, which was later bought out a few years later to become the Fort Worth Stockyards Company. And of course, that's where you get the stockyards. And in 1976, the Fort Worth Stockyards officially became a National Historic District. And what's really cool about the stockyards too is that every Friday night and Saturday night, they have a rodeo here at the Cowtown Coliseum. Coliseum's been around since 1908 and is the perfect spot to watch some great rodeo. And it's the only place where you can see rodeo 2 nights a week. That's right. And along in here, you got many different shops and restaurants located here in the Stockyards, although a little more on the touristy side. When it comes to finding some great food in Fort Worth, I have a separate video on some of the great local restaurants to check out here in Fort Worth. And of course, if you come over here to the herd yard, you get to see some of the really cool longhorns out in the pasture, just hanging out and enjoying the beautiful day. And one of the coolest things about the Stockyards too is that it's the only place you can go to watch a cattle drive, a live cattle drive, twice a day at 11:30 in the morning and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, with the exception of Easter, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. I gotta say, that cattle drive was really cool to check out. It lasted only about 5 minutes, but you get to see 15 different longhorns go down exchange, and it was absolutely breathtaking. Highly recommend checking out the cattle drive here at the Stockyards. And just a little bit to the north of the Stockyards, we have Billy Bob's Texas, which is the world's largest honky-tonk. It has around 30 different bars inside, a huge dance floor, and also every Friday night and Saturday night they got concerts with country music, even classic rock artists as well too. As a matter of fact, I think last night country music singer Tracy Byrd even performed there as well. The building dates back to 1910, but Billy Bob's Texas opened up in 1981 and it still stands proud today, featuring a lot of great concerts and of course a really great time. The Stockyards might be heavily touristed, but it is still a staple of Fort Worth and something you must check out here. There's also some cool things here to see and do here in Fort Worth, so why not check out some art museums while we're here? Got different art museums and other cool museums too. We're here at the Kimball Art Museum. It's a very cool museum that's located in 2 separate buildings. You got the original building over there, Con building, which was built back in 1972. That is where the permanent art collection is, and what's cool is that it is absolutely free to enter. Lots of great works from a lot of European classics, including Rembrandt and Monet. And then the building across the way is the piano building, which was completed much later in 2013. And even if you don't care for art too much, yeah, just admiring these buildings is worth a visit. And near the Kimball Art Museum, you have a couple other museums as well, including another art museum, which is the Modern Art Museum, located over there. Although it's kind of covered by the trees, though. And also not far from here is also the National Cowgirl Museum too. Held every November just before Thanksgiving, they have the Parade of Lights here in downtown Fort Worth too. One thing you have to check out if you happen to be in town around then. I've had such a wonderful time exploring Fort Worth this past long weekend, where I got to check out a lot of cool things in downtown, and also especially the water fountain park, and then also got to check out the cultural district, check out the Kimball Art Museum, and also get to check out the Stockyards, which were absolutely fantastic. And in a separate video, I've had some delicious food while I'm at it too. But yeah, I highly recommend checking out Fort Worth at some point. It is a really cool city, I have to say, especially if you're checking out Dallas. It's not that far to the west. So yeah, definitely add Fort Worth to your list of Texas cities to visit, along with Dallas, Houston, Austin, and San Antonio. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video here in Fort Worth, Texas. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that subscribe button to come along and join me for the adventure. And don't forget to click that notification bell so that way you know when a new video goes live. Well, thank you for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scott Man, signing out here from Fort Worth, Texas.